All right, so as you can see, we are here at Darlington Raceway. The Xfinity Series just wrapped up its race, so we're going to talk about that. Talk about Shane Van Gisbergen's first ever start in the Xfinity Series at Darlington. And hello, pace car. Yes, trying my best to stay out of everyone's way, but if you hear random noises, obviously it's not me. I can't control it, but it's for a good reason. So anyways, before I get more distracted, Shane Van Gisbergen's first day at Darlington. So his day started out, he actually did not practice or qualify. He did neither, which means Darlington, which is one of the most difficult tracks on the NASCAR schedule, Shane Van Gisbergen came into it with zero experience on this racetrack. A very difficult track, and yeah, let's go take a look at it. All right, so Darlington Raceway, here are turns 1 and 2. As you can see up on the wall, this is something you'll hear SVG's crew chief talk about, is that black on the wall right there. That is why they call this track the Lady in Black, because before the race, it's all white and red. But after the race, because everyone runs so close to the wall ends up mostly black because people scrape the wall, they get their Darlington stripe. But turns 1 and 2, 25 degrees of banking, a wide turns 1 and 2, not necessarily the racing surface. It's actually quite narrow in terms of that, too wide most of the way. But in terms of the shape of the track, which when we see turns 3 and 4, you will see it is much tighter. This is 1 and 2. So as you can see here on turn 4, a lot of Darlington Stripes, but they repainted overnight. We're about an hour removed from the race ending, and they are already repainting the wall. They will have this whole wall repainted white, red, the occasional blue. But these are turns 3 and 4, which has less banking than turns 1 and 2. But as you can see, well, maybe you can see a little bit more narrow than turns 1 and 2. So here is a better view of turn 3. As you can see, we go all the way around. You can't see the entire thing, but scoring pylon. So now, I forgot to do it earlier, but the fun facts about South Carolina, our newest segment on these videos. Fun fact about South Carolina, Danny McBride, actor, comedian, he actually lives here in Charleston, South Carolina, which is a bit away from here. As we can see, more Darlington Stripes on the wall. Now, some fun facts about this racetrack. I've told you about the Darlington Stripe. You've seen it already on the side of Shane Van Gisbergen's number 97. Basically, as I said, it's a narrow racetrack. You have to run high in order to carry speed through the corner, and every once in a while, you just scrape the wall. You hit that wall, ride on it for a bit, but ultimately no major damage done to the car. The other nickname, we talked about it, I think already, the Lady in Black, because, yeah, I think I explained this already. But another nickname for this track is Too Tough to Tame, because the track is too tough to tame. So few have tamed this 1.366 mile or 2.2 kilometer racetrack. But yes, that is the track, Darlington Raceway. You're going to hear from his crew chief, Bruce Schlicker, talking about the race today, talking about SVG as a whole, what their season has been so far. But yes, as I said, he started off this race in 17th place, fell back in the early stages, as I said, had never driven a single lap at this racetrack, had never been on track at all. So, I mean, just crazy for a rookie who's just now learning ovals to get on this racetrack for the first time. It was going to be a tough day, or it was expected to be, at least. SVG fell back to 24th early, but once he got the hang of it, once he started to pick it up, he was able to make up a couple more spots, finished 22nd at the end of stage 1. Then stage 2 came, they made up a couple of spots on pit road, restarted 18th, and they fell back to 22nd once again on the early run. And then later in that run, they were able to make up places once again, finish 18th in stage 2. Then when it came to that last, well, it wasn't the last pit stop, but the last stage pit stop, I guess if you want to put it that way, he was able to get up to 15th. So once again, the pit crew making him up a few positions, and he was able to restart 15th on that final stage beginning. And then after that, I mean, it was the trend of the day. restart up in the mid-teens, maybe late teens, but then fall back into the low 20s. So once again, goes from 15th to 21st there. But that last run, the last 25 lap run actually, I should specify, he was actually able to make up places. I think he restarted 18th or 19th, but he was able to get up and finish 15th. So a very respectable result actually for a guy who has never driven any laps at Darlington, only has a handful of oval races in his career, but overall a very good rookie debut from Shane Van Gisbergen. Let's hear from crew chief Bruce Schlicker. And how would you describe today?
Success. Honestly, yeah. Finished top 15 in Darlington with a rookie that didn't even get any practice. So what he and this team did today, it was something to be proud of. He got his he's got his Darlington stripe actually, so he got his souvenir, and we're still in one piece for Darlington Raceway. So it was a success today, and he's smiling. So that's all we can ask for.
All right, guys, that wraps up the recap. Get a good look at those turns down there, the front stretch, and look at that banking into turns 1 and 2. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Glad to get you guys some insider information. I appreciate you all. I'll do a longer thank you next week, I'm sure, but thank you guys again for watching. This is probably the most I put in detail into one of these, so I really hope you guys like it. Thanks again for watching.